And how's everybody doing on Saturday night, guys? I never did a live on Saturday night, to be honest with you, but girlfriend's gone, and I just came back from my referee banquet. And what else is there to do on a very cold, wet, and once again raining Saturday night? So I'm kind of glad I picked this night to spend with you guys. To be honest with you, because there's really nothing I would have done tonight except watch a little bit of Netflix, which is kind of boring. I'm not the type to just sit down and watch TV all the time. So anyway, I'm excited. I really am excited to introduce this to you guys. I really am excited for the fact that it's has changed my life, and it's definitely going to change your life and everybody around you if you're paying close attention. The reason why I want to do it is because I like to show things on an easy version where it doesn't get so complicated. So I would have made an excellent teacher, except I wouldn't have been able to teach people the stuff that they wanted us to teach at a certain way to teach it. I like teaching it the way I see it through my eyes. And I've got some notes down, guys. I wrote some notes down to make it even easier so I don't forget things. Now, this is just an introduction. All right, just an introduction to what I have to show you guys. Of course, at the end of the hour, for the people that want to know more information, send me personal messages, and then we'll do a Zoom call to get more information. But this is a basic introduction. And but before we go, let's see who's out there, because I don't know who's following me, because I don't have my cell phone, but I have it on a different screen. It's a screen that I have to show you guys later on. So I don't know who really is out there. But let's start off by seeing who is out there as the I'm going to say the common sensors, because believe it or not, guys, I like to call this "it just makes sense." All right, what I'm going to teach you tonight is something that just makes sense. It's common sense, but it just makes sense. The whole point of what I'm going to teach you tonight on how to make money, it really is that easy, because you're doing it on an everyday situation. All right. So first thing, let's go see who's out there. How you doing, Miss Christina, Michelle from Ontario, Judy from Kentucky, Mr. Gilles Bourgeois, Nancy, May, Roland, Brenda, Yolanda, Miss Sylvia, Annette, Miss Therese, Billy from Ottawa, Miss Joan, Miss Anne Gallant, Donna, Miss Ashley. I'm surprised the live showed up in my feed. It's been a while. Yeah, that's kind of different. One thing I noticed, guys, this is when I do a StreamYard, when I use the app StreamYard, the platform, it doesn't get out there as much, like 3,000 people. But when I actually do a live from Facebook, I'm in the 8,000 to 10,000 views. You understand? And the only problem when I do a Facebook live is I can't share videos. So it's really crappy for me, because I can share videos and stuff with you guys by StreamYard, but I can't do it on a straight Facebook live, which I get out to 10,000 views, and on StreamYard I only get 3,000 at the best, sometimes 5 if I'm lucky. So it really is crappy for me, because I always want to show you guys videos of, to back up the stuff that I talk about. So of course I'm never going to change, to be honest with you, unless I do a real update on something that's, breaking news kind of thing. But anyway, let's go on, guys, because I only got an hour. I only like talking for about an hour, so no one gets bored. And you know what I mean? It's like a movie and the suspense, and I just keep on going. So let's get out the shout outs, and I'll move on to what I got to talk about. How you doing, Vince, Miss Pam, Cheryl? Who else here? Sylvia and Stephen Cormier. Sean from Oshawa, hey buddy. Patty Voltor, Miss Marie from Drayton Valley. Miss Janice from Home Depot, John Daly from Pennsylvania, Louis LeBlanc, Amy, Mr. Joel Dag, Genevieve from The Rock, Debbie, let's go, she says, Victoria from Tennessee. How you doing, Victoria? Fred from the Miramichi area. And who's this? Well, there's a new one, Anissa Savelo. I hope I pronounced your name. Don't give me crap if I didn't pronounce it. We'll just call it Anissa. I think I pronounced that. How you doing, Wanda? Bob and Lori from Grand Falls. Miriam Dag, Terry, Jane, Manny. How you doing, Manny? Sent you a message, Manny. Check your WhatsApp. Miss Eagles, Martin Dugo, brother from different mother. Kay from Indiana, and Charlene. Guys, let's get into this. All right. First things first. All right. I am excited. I really am excited, guys, because I want to teach you this. They actually opened up the gates, I guess you could say, for me to get more what I call a community. All right. To be honest with you, because that's exactly what this is. This is a community. So the question, the things I got to ask you guys is very simple. All right. How you doing, Mac? Is the only thing I need from you guys is your ears and your brain. All right. How you doing, Kim from Calgary? And also I'm going to ask questions like try to find the emoji, guys, for hands up. You know what I mean? Put your hands up. There should be an emoji, or give me a thumbs up when I ask you questions. But I've got my little board behind me. I hope you guys can see. Now let's remember this is probably going to be backwards of what you guys are going to see. And I don't know how to switch it because I've never did this before where I use my whiteboard and it's going to be completely backwards. And that's really going to suck. So if I put Jeff on this board, you guys are probably going to read it wrong. Let's see if that's the case. Yeah, see, it's going to be backwards, which is really crappy. Really crappy. But I'm going to try to do it where you guys understand. All right. To be honest with you, I'm going to try to do where you guys can understand. How you doing, Sheila from South Carolina? All right. So everybody, check this out. All right. So give me a thumbs up, hands up. All right. So what I got to present to you guys today, it's good, Manny. Perfect. Great to hear. All right. Perfect. That's good to hear. All right. First things first. And Ray, this is a good one for you because you live close to me, brother. So pay attention to this. All right. All right, guys, I got this. First things first, everybody, one thing that we all do today, and give me a thumbs up, put your hands up, put your arms up, whatever you can, is everybody wants to be financially free. Everybody wants that freedom where they can do some vacations, they can do some trips. They have that extra money to do things with friends, kids, grandchildren. But we never seem to make enough at work. So, for example, the girlfriend, a full-time teacher, makes $110,000 a year. But the problem is she does tutoring on the side. And it's that tutoring money that she makes on the side that let us go out and do things once upon a time before this was before. All right. And the same thing like me. I was making over 100 grand myself. But I also would do refereeing and things on the side to make some money. And that's the money for me to go out and do things, trips and stuff like that. And then I was introduced to this and all this and stuff. So we always got to do something on the side to live like to breathe, because it just seems like whatever we do today, work-wise, it's only paying our bills. It doesn't give us that extra to go out and have fun, right? It really doesn't. So you got to have a side business where you're not working an extra 20 hours a week. You're not doing anything physically, right? And it doesn't take a lot of strain off of you. You know what I mean? Because you're already dead tired from working a 40-hour or 50-hour week. Never mind getting a part-time job on the side to make ends meet. All right. So just to let you, I will watch the replay. Janice, I just started, girl. You didn't miss anything, Janice. I just started. So, all right. Now, the good thing about Janice is a good example. For example, she sold insurance. All right. So I'm going to use Janice, that's living in Florida, but it's from Moncton. I'm going to use Janice as past history to explain. Now, Janice gets from selling insurance, and we won't say what insurance she sold, life insurance or whatever insurance. But what she does is she gets stipulates, I guess, as long as those people keep paying their insurance every month, life insurance, whatever. So she always gets a percentage of the claims that she's always had in her past of selling insurance to people. This is sort of like the same thing, but the difference is, get this, is you're not selling anything. Now, I want you guys to remember this. You are not selling anything. So it's residual income that comes to you on a monthly basis, but you're not selling anything. And I'll say it again, you're not selling anything. That's what makes it weird. It's just the whole platform is called It Makes Sense. All right. And I know you guys want to hear it right away. All right. It just makes sense because how many people go out and spend money for groceries? So give me a thumbs up. How many people go out there and buy groceries? All right. Give me a thumbs up while I drink my Shirley Temple. Thumbs up. You guys go out and buy groceries? How you doing, John? All right. Everybody. Groceries, right? Hands up, thumbs up, right? Everybody buys groceries. How many people go out and get gas, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, whatever, when you can afford to get gas? Everybody. Everybody gets gas. Everybody gets groceries, right? Everybody. It's impossible if you don't, okay? You got to eat, you got to drive, you got a car, all right? When you do go out, you go to restaurants. Every once in a while, you treat yourself to a restaurant. Do you go to Walmart? Give me a thumbs up if you go to Walmart, all right? Give me a thumbs up if you go to Canadian Tire. Give me a thumbs up if you go to Costco. Give me a thumbs up if you go to Janice to say hi to Janice at Home Depot. Give me a thumbs up if you go to Kent Building Supplies. All these things, all right? So the whole point of this is you can do two things here in this community. I like to call it a community, all right? Sean, it doesn't matter if you don't drive, you still eat, all right? It's a community. And this community, I like to call it common sense community because when you go and pay for things, you like to get money back, correct? You like to get money back. So when you go out and go at the restaurant and you pay for that restaurant meal, you like to get some money back. If you go to Canadian Tire, you buy stuff, you like to get money back, right? Now, this community, all right, you can do two things, all right, for this community. You can either be a consumer and save on a daily basis, or you can be a business owner. All right, there's two options. You can be a consumer and save money every time you purchase stuff at certain businesses, a lot of businesses, or two, you can make this as a business, as a home-based business. All right, and I'm going to get to it, to the point. Now, the good thing about this is what has happened. All right, guys, what has happened is this. When you go to a business in these days and you pay with a credit card and you pay with a debit card, all right, you get service charges, right? Thumbs up. Are you following me so far? You get service charges. So those service charges, for example, if you go to Walmart and you pay Walmart with a credit card, all right, Walmart, that credit card, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, well, they charge Walmart a percentage for them using their card to purchase at their business. You understand? And it adds up. So all these businesses in the United States and Canada, all right? United States has something like 600 businesses that got together. Canada's got over 150, all right? And what these businesses are doing is they want to save money because they're spending millions of dollars on marketing, millions of dollars on advertising, millions of dollars on taking ads out on newspapers. You name it. I have a degree. I have a diploma, I have a degree in psychology, but I have a diploma in marketing and sales. I know when it comes to marketing sales, how much money, that they spend out there. I don't go to places that need to pay for membership like Costco. Yeah, it doesn't matter, Donna. Those are just examples. All right. Those are just examples. So what we need to understand is every business, instead of paying third party, they're cutting out the middleman and they're paying the consumer. And this is where we come. This is where we come. All right. There's a lot of businesses, Michelle. Don't worry. There's a lot of businesses. I just give examples. All right. So they're cutting out the middleman, and they want to reward the consumers that's us. This is where we come in. This is where we make money. This is where we save money, or we can make money by making this into a small business. All right. So I wrote things down. So give me a thumbs up, guys, if you know between 10 and 12 people. So give me a thumbs up if you know, actually we'll say 12 to 14 people. Give me a thumbs up if you know 12 to 14 people, friends, family, cousins, co-workers, neighbors. Give me a thumbs up. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you guys know that many people, 12 to 14 people that you can talk on a daily basis, that you know on a personal basis. Amy's thumbs up. Anybody else? I'm sure everybody does. All right. Janice says she does. 12 to 14 people. Wanda. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example. When I present this to you guys at the end of the night, if you know between 12 and 14 people that buy groceries, 12 to 14 people that go for gas, 12 to 14 people that go to Home Depot, they go to restaurants, they go to Cineplex, they go to Canadian Tire, anything that they do on a daily basis, I guarantee is in this community that I like to call this community. If you know that many people, you could make an easy $2,000 a month between 12 and 14 people. I'm not lying when I say that. 12 to 14 people, $2,000 of residual income a month. That's how easy it is. All right. Now, if you know between 22 people up to 24 people, all right, 22 to 24, you can give me a thumbs up if you know 22 to 24. Okay. You could gain about $5,000 a month. That's average, $5,000 a month. All right. Now, you become a consumer where you don't know anybody, or you become a business where you know people and you want to make money. Either way, it works for you. It's a win-win situation. But guys, this thing is so easy that when I teach you guys, not all in this video, this is just an introduction. Not in this video. It's just an introduction. When I teach you guys on how to do this, your circle might be small, Vincent, but this is just common sense and it makes sense. All right. It really does make sense. All right. So here's the thing, guys. All these businesses, all right, all these businesses want to pay the consumer because they know word to mouth is what gets around. No more advertising, no more marketing, word to mouth. They finally understand that word to mouth is the best marketing tool out there. And this is where we get paid. All right. So what we're going to do, like I said, they're cutting out all the banks. They're cutting out the financial companies, like the credit card companies and all that. Okay. When you become a consumer, you save percentage. You have a percentage on different companies. For example, I'll give you an example. All right. For us Canadians. All right. When you join this community, let's say, for example, who is out there? I'm just looking at something here. Who goes to Eastside Mario's, for example? If you go to Eastside Mario's, just by joining this community, you save 8%. So that's 8%. That whatever bill you pay at the end of your meal, you save 8%. That comes back to you. All right. For example, you go to Walmart. Let's go to Walmart. Walmart, if you go shop at Walmart, you get 3.30% back, 3.3% back. So if you spend $100 in groceries and clothes, whatever you do, you get $3.30 back to you. None of these points, none of these scene cards, these air miles. No, not points. You actually get money. Walmart. What else was there? Tim Hortons. How many coffee drinkers are out there for Tim's? You save 6%. This all adds up. The Keg, Subway, Starbucks, Skip the dishes. Sobeys for us Canadians. Sobeys, especially on the East Coast. Sobeys. Sobeys, when you go for groceries, it's 6% back. All right. So what's the catch, Jeff? What's the catch? Jean says, is it a pyramid? No, it's not a pyramid. A pyramid is something you have to sell. Okay. It's not a pyramid, because a pyramid you have to sell, or you have to buy a certain number of stuff. All right. You got to buy a certain amount of stuff every month, or you're out of the pyramid. It's not a pyramid. A pyramid, you got to buy stuff. This is things you buy every single day. But the only difference is you're going to reward yourself every time you buy something. You reward yourself. Now, the catch is you can be a consumer and just be satisfied with the tax you're saving or the perks you're getting, or you can make this into a business. And what I'm doing here is attract friends, family, coworkers, and every time they go out and buy stuff, you get a percentage of what they buy. Are you seeing it now? So let's say, for example, Jean. All right. Let's say, for example, Jean. You go and you get 12 people to join the community. All right. So they join the community, and those 12 people are buying things like groceries, gas, and they're using the community perks to do this. And it's an app, right? You download the app. It's here on your phone. So when you purchase something, you save that money. At the end of the day, you get a percentage. All right. You get a percentage for that. So everybody has Air Miles. Everybody has Aeroplan. Everybody has Scene cards. Everybody does this. But the problem is you only get points back where you have to redeem the points. That's in the past. That's in the past. This is a whole different thing that is in Canada now. And this is the time to be doing this, because at the end of the day, there's companies jumping in, like the companies that are not on here that are jumping in, like, besides Walmart, the big companies, is MasterCard. So everything, all right, everything that takes MasterCard, you still get that percentage back. And I think with MasterCard, if a company's not on here, a business that you're trying to purchase something and save a percentage, and if it's not there, MasterCard gives you 4.4% back. All right. So if you spend $100 on whatever you decide to buy with MasterCard, you get $4.40. But the whole point of all this, guys, is when you bring your family, friends, coworkers, whatever, and they're doing the same thing you're doing, everybody wins in the end, because it's a win-win situation. You understand? You're not buying anything out of the ordinary. You're not spending money on beauty products to stay in this, what Ray said, pyramid. All right. You're not paying anything to stay in the pyramid. You're joining what we call the Starfish community, where every day you're buying stuff, food, gas, clothes, dinner, whatever you decide, Cineplex, but you get rewarded at the same time when you do this. So it just makes sense, because at the end of the day, all right, at the end of the day, it's like getting money from a Canadian Tire MasterCard. It's sort of like that, Debbie. That was the old times of saving points, like Canadian Tire money, right? That was the old time. This is a whole different program, where that's why you need a smartphone. You need a cellular to download the app. And when you download the app, guys, it's just whatever you spend, do it on the app, because when you do it on the app, whatever you buy, you're saving money and going to make money at the same time. So you got to understand, at the end of the day, it only makes sense if you want to save as a consumer, or if you want to make this a home business and have the benefits of a home business, where you can write off gas, write off electricity, write off a percentage of your rent. Either way, it's whatever you decide. We are the point cards. In other words, Wanda, if you want to look at it in that terms, yeah, I mean, we're the community that's advertising for these businesses, but we're not buying anything out of the ordinary, I guess is the best way to say this, because you're not buying anything out of the ordinary, and you don't have to buy a percentage to stay in. You just do what you do every single day. Nothing changes. If you want to be the consumer part, well, you're going to save between $500 to $1,000 a year as a single person. All right. And that's the honest to truth. As a single person, you're going to save between $500 to $1,000 a year that you're going to make. Okay. To save as money coming back to you as a single person. A family of four, do the math. You're not buying anything out of the ordinary. You're just doing what you do on an everyday basis, but you're getting rewarded for doing it. So for example, I'm going to show you guys. All right. This is the app. This is the app. This is all the businesses that accept this app. All right. All right. So what you do, it's a simple app when you join. All right. If you go to Walmart, like for example, today I went to Home Depot. I went to Home Depot, so I look in my app here. I say, okay, where are the businesses? Well, today I'm going to Home Depot. I need to buy building supplies. I go to Home Depot. All right, I'll hit Home Depot. I'll see that it today, for example, at Home Depot. Where are we here? Home Depot. There's so many. Home Depot, 5.6% back. So 5.6%. All right. So I'll look at the cashier. I'll say to the cashier, I'll say, how much for my order, for my inventory, whatever I'm paying for. She'll say $70. I'll punch in $70 and I'll press pay, and it'll put me a barcode. And what she does is she scans that barcode, and that's it. It's paid. You gain. It'll say how much you got back for money wise, not points, money wise, on how much you save. And it's that easy. You get your receipt. It's done. And that's how easy it is. It takes you 10 seconds to actually put it on the phone of whatever business you're going to, and it's done. And then at the end of the day, it's, you're making money. You're saving money. You're making money. Now, if you want to be, like I said, if you said, okay, you know what? I can do this. I know people. Let's get this going. Well, this is where the community comes involved, because now you're going to say, all right, I'm going to do this as a business. So when you do this as a business, like what I do is you bring people into your inner circle, and then you work together as a team, but you're not selling anything. All right. So the app is called Starfish Perks. All right. Star, like the star, fish. All right. Yes, I got on here, but can Americans do this? Yes, it's actually an American product. To be honest with you, Lisa, it's actually an American app that started in America first, that we got into Canada, and Canada, it's going to blow up. It's just a matter of when. I mean, I went to Sobeys last night and I did it, and the people at Sobeys didn't even know. The manager came down because he didn't even know what the hell it was until I showed them, and they were so surprised. They're like, well, we want to sign up. All right. So it's called Starfish Perks. All right. So look it up, Starfish Perks. Now it's a community that you have to join, AKA, you got to know someone that's in it in order to join. All right. So at the end of the day, you can be just a consumer and say, you know what, I don't have time, or I don't know anybody. I don't know 12 people, or so on and so on. All right. But that's not how it works. If someone says, you know what, Jeff, I know 5 people, I know 4 people, like that. Well, as a team, maybe I know 30, 40, 50 people, and I put people underneath you that are going to buy things like they do every single day. They're going to buy gas. They're going to go to Sobeys. They're going to go grocery shopping. They're going to go to restaurants. And that's how you work as a team, because you help each other out to put people in your team. All right. That's the whole point of this community. How many people do you have on your friends list on Facebook? I don't know what Debbie, I got 5,000 friends. All right. Just to let you know. And yes, it's a US that has over 600 businesses. Canada has 150. So like I said, at the end of the day, guys, you might think of it and go, well, I don't know that many people. Okay. You might not know that many people, but you still can be a consumer and save yourself money and make money at the same time by saving money. Yeah, I like to save $500 a year or $1,000, depending on what you buy. With the price of grocery and the price of gas today, I mean, it just makes sense. All right. If you want to do it on a business sense, guys, social media is the number one way to get people and meet people out there. All right. The only thing you need, determination, motivation, right? And have a good personality, because you know what? It sells itself. At the end of the day, it just sells itself, because, I mean, I'm not out here saying, oh, guys, you got to buy these beauty products for $80 to $100 a month. And in order for you to stay in and get Tom, Dick, and Janice and Tammy and get them to buy $80 to $100 worth of stuff and vice versa and get their pyramid. No, you don't have to do that. You just got to get people to join your community and buy things that they buy every day and save money. It's that easy. I mean, you can't get any easier than how I explain it, right? So it's just a suggestion for those who say they don't have 12 hours. Well, social media is the best thing, all right? You do have friends. I mean, you do. It's easy to, for the people that are shy or quiet. This is why you have people that when you join the community, you have people like myself to teach. Like, for example, Jean, you say, I don't have that many people, but I know 5 friends. Jeff, can you talk to these 5 friends and help me? Sure. This is what the community is all about. This is what we do. Because at the end of the day, when you bring in those 5 friends, everybody makes money. The people that brought you in make money. The people you bring in make money. The people they bring in make money. Everybody makes money. Everybody saves money at the end of the day. And it's not guys, the person that brought me in, all right, check this out. The person that brought me in, all right, the person that brought me in, all right, and I'm not even going to say how much he makes. I can't even tell you how much he makes. But his wife worked for the government, all right? His wife worked for the government. She quit her job. He worked for a telecommunication company. He quit his job. Not only did he quit his job, but he also is running in politics also for a very, very good party. All right. So he's got his name, he's got his future, but he doesn't have to work no more. All right. He's been just doing this for a few years. That's it. And it just came on that MasterCard came on. Since MasterCard came on, and then Walmart came on, and Costco came on, just MasterCard alone was a huge game changer for everybody. All right. Just a huge game changer, because whatever business is not on the link, MasterCard, whatever business takes MasterCard, you can use it there, and you don't lose that money that you're saving. That was a whole different ballpark when MasterCard came in, Sobeys came in, Walmart came in, Home Depot came in, Canadian Tire came in. There is over 150 businesses that are in this community that are paying you, all right, paying you to do this. That's how easy it is. There's no tricks there. That's the thing. There's no tricks. There's no gimmicks. There's no selling. I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing. You just do what you do on a daily basis. That's it. It's that simple. All right. So, I mean, that's how easy it is. I mean, I can't explain it more in the introduction, except there is no selling. I just watched the video. There's over 500. Might not be all in Canada, though. Yeah, Ray, there's 600 in United States. There's around 100, over 120, 150 in Canada. All right. But the kicker is, it doesn't matter how many businesses there are that signed up. All right. Just to let you know, it's the fact that whatever business takes MasterCard, you don't lose. All right. Just to let you know. So at the end of the day, when I said I would take care of you guys either can be a consumer and save money, because everybody likes to save money, right? Or you can make this and say, you know what? I'm going full force at this. You know why? I don't have to sell anything. I just got to know what I'm saying, how to say it. I have mentors like Freedom Jeff to teach people on how to save and make money. turn this into a business between 10 and 12 people and make $2,000 a month on residual income. That's just common sense. Or let's set a goal a little bit higher. Let's go for 22 to 24 people. And let's go for that 5,000 residual income every month, because they're still going to buy food. People are still going to go grocery shopping. People are still going to go and buy gas. People are still going to spend that certain amount of money every month to do everything the same way. Book trips, Airbnb, you name it. Like, I mean, you can use this app anywhere. And the thing is, it opened up for us to add more people in the community. That's why I'm excited to bring this to you guys, because I finally got permission to finally open it up to more new members. All right. Like I said, even Janice, the thing is that I was hoping Janice was working at Home Depot, because I want to go in at Home Depot and say, check this out, Janice. I bet you never seen this before, and pay with my app and see what her facial expression would be. Because she'd be like, how was that even possible? How did you do that? All right. Hotel.com. Tina says hotel.com. That's a good question. Let's see. Hotel. There's so many. I don't know, guys. There's Airbnb, WestJet, even WestJet. I booked a trip to Colombia, and imagine the money I saved, guys. But let's see. Like, there's so much. I can't even keep up. But let's say, can someone spell it out? I can't find it. It's called Star. STAR fish. Starfish. All right. Starfish. Janice says she's back Monday. All right. What was that? Hotel.com? I don't even know. Yep. Hotels.com right there. So believe it or not, hotels.com. Guess how much you save? 12%. Hotels.com. 12%. All right. 12% right there. Hotels.com. I don't think you guys will be able to see that, but 12%. So yeah, Starfish perks, guys. Kelsey's. I mean, it's Lawton's drugs. I mean, Lush, Marshalls. There was one a big one for the guys that like hunting and fishing, and it was it called Cabela's that I noticed? Hold on, guys. Was it called Cabela's? Yeah, Cabela's. Cabela's for the people that like to hunt and fish. It's 10%. All right. Bass Pro. I think Bass Pro's on here too. I think Bass Pro is a big one. I think Bass Pro was a big one. Yeah, Bass Pro. You want to hear this, Tina? 17%. Cabals, Bass Pro, 17%. I didn't make that number up. You save 17% at Bass Pro shops in perks. 17.2%. All right. Just to let you know. So who else? My son likes Cabela's. Yeah, you name it. Bass Pro, 17%. That's crazy. All right. Would this work out for people who shop at home on the internet and pay for products? Of course. I mean, Amazon. Amazon's there. American Eagle, Amazon.ca. Again, MasterCard. All right. Just to let you know. I eat Church's chicken. I don't know about that one. Starfish app perks. Correct. Yes. Starfish apps perks. All right. Sephora. Tina says Sephora. Okay. Now you're asking too much. Let's see here. Sephora's, because it's so much. Starbucks. Yeah. Sephora. Tina, 11.2% at Sephora's. Just to let you know. 11.2% that you get back for shopping at Sephora's. These are the companies that are paying you to come to their stores, and you get paid to go to their stores, but at the same time, you're advertising for them. All right. Find the stores you want to buy from, and it converts into a barcode the store scans. Exactly, right? It's that simple. It's that simple. You go, whatever, you look into the apps, you see what stores that you shop, keep in mind. And the ones that are not even on the list, guys, I've already said, you got a MasterCard. There's a MasterCard. So you can actually load up on a MasterCard, on your app and buy whatever product you want with that MasterCard so you don't lose that points. All right? Just to let you know. Incentives to be loyal. I mean, guys, at the end of the day, it just makes sense. I mean, it's just up to you if you decide to make this into a home business, right? Which I think everybody can make this into a home business. It doesn't take much to make this into a home business. I'm pretty sure that you have 10 to 12 people, all right? So I don't know if you guys can see this, all right? Is Superstore on the list? That's a good question. Let me see. Subway. Sobeys is on the list, Debbie, but not Superstore. But again, if Superstore takes MasterCard, you don't lose it, right? At the end of the day. How do you get money back on your credit card? Because when you join up, you have to link, just to let you know, when you join up, you have to link your bank account to your Starfish app. This is how you transfer money from your banking online to your Starfish app to pay for whatever you need. All right. Just to let you know. Okay. Starfish, your link to your banking into your Starfish, you pay for whatever your business you want to, so you can save that money. All right. So I'm interested. Well, I mean, I can't sell it any better, guys, at the end of the day, to be honest with you. I mean, it sells for itself. So if you're wondering, picture this, all right? This is me. If you're wondering, how do I make $2,000 a month from 10 to 12 people? Are you guys wondering that? How does 10 to 12 people going to make me $2,000 a month on residual income? Well, it's very simple, guys. All right? When you got 10 to 12 people right here, those 10 to 12 people, all right, those 10 to 12 people are going to do exactly like you guys are doing. They're going to tell their friends and their friends and their friends and their friends and family and coworkers. And it spreads like a pyramid, like a huge wave. I don't even like using the word pyramid, because pyramid, you got to sell stuff. It's like a wave. All right. Jeff, it's so more simple to own a MasterCard. Exactly, Genevieve. That's why, guys, like Genevieve just said, guys, Jeff, it's so simple just to own a MasterCard. Yeah, when MasterCard joined this, it was a whole game changer for everything. That's why I'm excited, because I could not believe when MasterCard joined, it was like, that was a whole game changer, because at the end of the day, every business takes MasterCard, right? If you make it a home business, do you have to register to the government and claim it, or don't tell them because you need an HST? No, you don't need a HST and GST number, but you will get a T form to register as a home business, Michelle. But you get to write off your gas, your electricity, like you get that small business advantages, just to let you know. So look up the small business advantages of what you can write up. There's a bunch of stuff. All right. So at the end of the day, you're going to be saving, I guess. And like Ray just said, it spreads like a network. I mean, that's just on 10 and 12 people. That's it. Put it in your mind, 10 to 12 people. I must know 10 to 12 people. So tonight, get on a piece of paper, write down some names, right? And say, yeah, I think I do know 10 to 12 people. And if you don't, if you know 8 people, this is where Jeff Freedom comes in and says, okay, I'll tell you what, we're going to go. I've got a few people to give to you. We're going to put you over here, put people underneath you. So every time they purchase stuff, you get the money. You get a percentage of what they buy, because they're buying it every day, and vice versa, and vice versa. And that's how it spreads like a wave. It's like a huge wave, because at the end of the day, you're not selling anything. Yeah, it spreads like COVID virus. We don't want to say that, because we all know the COVID virus was fake. But at the end of the day, guys, it just makes complete sense. It's not selling. That's the beauty of it. It's you're getting rewarded from these businesses to buy products where they're bypassing credit card companies, banking system. All right. This is where we come into play. This is where we make the perks. This is where we make money. All right. Just to let you know, right? It's such an easy app, and I'm not the most, intellectual guy when it comes to, technology, but it was so easy. It was taught to me in 5 minutes, and it was taught to me in 5 minutes, and I already knew most of it down in 5 minutes. Where when I was doing my first transaction, it was exciting because it was so exciting to see how much I was making money coming back to me, which is very rare that you go into a store or you go into groceries and you save and money's coming back to you. It was just weird. So the whole point of this is it just makes sense. I like to say it's common sense, but it just makes sense. Pay yourself. All right. Get motivated, get determined, take some couple hours of the day, to write down people that you know. But one thing, yeah, there's also podcasts on that app too. Of course, right? There's podcasts. Those are just guys like myself that help you try to get it out there, how to speak to people, how to build your business. You understand? Motivational speakers, inspiration, how to get it out there so you can approach people and say, hey, you buy gas, you buy food, you buy this, you buy that. Here's some businesses that are paying us to get into this, make money or be a consumer. Either way, you're saving at the end of the day. All right. I mean, I'm excited because, the flood doors have opened up for people to join with me as your mentor. And that's the good thing is when the people join with me and underneath me as the mentor, I place people into groups where I know if someone doesn't know enough people or someone knows a lot of people, we all help each other at the end of the day. And this is how that whole wave works, that whole network, because I keep tabs on who's got what, who's going where, how many people are coming in, who's having trouble. And that's why you need someone and a mentor that knows exactly what they're doing and how to help everybody out, because you work as a team at the end of the day. How long has it been in Canada? Just a few years, Debbie. It started off slow because it was a United States business, but within the last 3 years, because it's not new, the last 3 years, it's really amped up, I guess you could say. All right. But at the end of the day, it's all about a community. All right. To be honest with you, it's all about community. That usually only happens on extreme cheap skates in the USA. Is there expected dollar value that is wanted for me? No, not at all. Who said that? I want to see who said that. Mike, no, you can spend whatever you want. That's the thing. There's no selling. It doesn't matter if you spend $10 a month. It doesn't matter if you spend $50 a month. You do your own pace. That's the beauty of it. You don't do anything different than what you're doing now. That's the whole concept. Don't do anything different. The only thing you need to be good at this, all right, is this app. This is all you need, is the app, okay? And you don't do anything different. You just want to decide. The only two things you need to decide, and it doesn't have to be tonight, doesn't have to be tomorrow, doesn't have to be the next day, is do I just want to be a consumer and save? Or do I want to make this as my home-based business where I'll take a couple hours a day if I can and bring people in, talk to them, tell them how easy it is. Oh, maybe I can't talk. Well, you know what? I'll sign them up, get them on with Jeff, and he'll talk to them, explain to them, and get them underneath me. And guys, 10 to 12 people, come on, 10 to 12 people. If you can't get 10 to 12 people or even 22 to 24, set a goal, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 every month, residuals coming in, just like Janice gets residuals from her insurance people, down here in New Brunswick, and she's living in Florida, living the life. It's the same concept, but she had to sell those insurance policies. We're not selling anything. We're just getting people to join the community and just use the app to buy things, make money, or make this into a business, a home business for themselves where they'll make money right? At the end of the day, save money or make money. You decide. That's the decision. What you got to decide what you want to do. All right. So I think that will be it because I don't want to put too much on you guys. I think what you should take from this little introduction tonight is very simple. Pen and piece of paper. All the people you know, all the family you know, friends, coworkers, neighbors, write them down. Decide on yourself. What do you think? Do I want to go at this or do I just want to be a consumer? All right. At the end of the day, that's where you guys got to decide. Me personally, at the end of the day, it just makes sense. So could we put our card payment, Raleigh Motors? If you pay your card payment, if it's not on here, which it probably won't, if you pay it by MasterCard, it's the same concept. All right. Ray goes, I have done a ton of network marketing. That's why I said this is up your alley, Ray. This sounds by far the easiest, and all you have to do is be vocal about the cash. Oh, look, I got money on this purchase. That will get the conversation going. Exactly, Ray. I mean, at the end of the day, it's that easy. And I know, Ray, that you've been in the network marketing because I see you go. This is why I said this would be a good thing for you. You got to talk to me. I'll bring you in. We'll talk like everybody else. We'll get this going. You'll be a team with me, but we network as a team. We join as a team with me, and I help everybody make money or save money. You just decide what you want to do, make or save. All right. At the end of the day, I think everyone has potential to make money because at the end of the day, everybody can use social media. Everybody has family. Everybody has friends. At the end of the day, it's a win-win situation for everybody for this. So I'll leave this up to you guys. Get back to me. Take your time. Get back to me. Send me a message. All right. Inbox me on my messenger of who's interested to listen again, what needs to be done. All right. And I'll leave that to you guys, but I guarantee I mean, at the end of the day, this is up to you to say, I want financial freedom because it's that easy. You just got to think, do I want financial freedom? And can I motivate myself to do this simple thing, which is literally nothing? You're doing nothing except doing what you're doing every day. All right. I think that's pretty much what it is, guys. It just makes sense. I like to call it just makes sense. All right. Now, I love you guys all. Take some time, think about it, get back to me, send me a personal message. We'll set up a Zoom call. If I get a bunch of you guys, we'll set up a Zoom call. We'll get my mentor, the one that's in charge of most of Canada. We'll get him involved with all of us. Put you guys in the call with me and my mentor. We'll go from there, and let's get you guys into this community and have some fun with it at the end of the day. Because I mean, it is going to be fun, guys. I'm having fun with my app every day. I'm actually going to Sobeys right after this to go and buy some groceries because I mean, I'm going to save what 6-7% on my groceries tonight. It just makes sense. So I love you guys all. We'll talk to you guys back Monday for my Real Truth and with common sense. And get back to me. Send me a personal message. And don't let this slip by, you guys, because you're definitely going to regret it. Trust me when I say you're going to regret it, because I'm actually pretty excited and pretty pumped up for it. But anyway, have a great weekend. I'll finish off the show with a little pump-ass music because I am pretty excited about this. Finally, the floodgates have opened, and I'm allowed to bring people in, and everybody can join this community with me and have some fun as me as the mentor and you guys with your own home-based business and me helping you build your home-based business. That's the whole point, all right? Because that's what a mentor is. Anyway, I love you guys all. Send me a message. Let's get this going ASAP. Get you guys going ASAP. You'll thank me in the future. You never had any doubt on me in the past. Don't have any doubt on me now because you're gonna miss out. Love you guys all. Take care, and we'll see you guys back Monday.